Welcome to Star and VR, where each episode we will meet a special guest and get them to do a timed lap around a virtual track in the Porsche 911. Welcome to Star in VR. Today I'm joined with Sam. Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a student placement coordinator for the College of Science here at Lincoln.
So how did you find yourself at Lincoln? How long have you been here now?
I moved to Lincoln in 2011. I came as a student.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah, well, don't make me sound too old. So yeah, came to my undergraduate studies here. Found myself in an internship at university because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then various other jobs in Lincoln have ended up here working in the College of
So
Science.
you're saying it was so good that you didn't want to leave?
I would completely agree, yes. There was no...
Right, so as a student placement coordinator, what exactly does that involve?
Well, the kind of overview of my role is that I try and increase the engagement between our students and industry. It's incredibly important that our students have a sort of a real-world understanding of their knowledge that they're learning here. So placements, as the name suggests, takes up a large amount of my time, but also sort of guest speakers coming in, anything like that, visits to industry. It's kind of a range of things under my remit.
So you've been here now for about 7 years, you say. So what has really changed since you've been at university?
I think since I graduated, everything's changed. So when I was here, there was only one science building. I did forensic science, so that's how. Now there's 3. Obviously, Isaac Newton building is incredibly big. Yeah, I am a bit biased because this is where my office is, but just in general, the amount of accommodations just gone through the roof to accommodate the largest few numbers. It's just everything's grown so quickly, but it's not taken away from the character of the university, which sounds really boring, but I kind of like.
No, I do. I understand that. What would you say are the benefits then of doing a placement year?
I'd say there's 2 main benefits for taking placement years for students, or even just short-term placements. The first and sort of most obvious and overriding one is that you have additional work experience to add to your application, to your CVs. At Lincoln, your placement year has to be relevant to your degree. So it means that for that year or those few months or weeks even, you've got really good work experience relating to your degree. So when you then go into the role of work, it's not new to you. Employees know that you have that behind you and you can do the work because you've already done it. Secondly as well, it really helps students recognise what they're learning in university and how it's applied in the real world, which I think when they return to do their final year really helps them appreciate what they're learning that little bit more.
It's a really big skill, isn't it, to have that one?
Definitely, yeah.
So you definitely recommend?
I would recommend every student should take some form of placement, whether or not it's a year or even just a summer placement. They are incredibly beneficial to students, yeah.
Brilliant. So what time exactly will a student in Lincoln come to see you about a placement year?
Well, placement years normally take place between students' 2nd and 3rd year, so start of 2nd year is normally when I'm busiest in terms of students coming to talk to me. I would probably suggest to students as early as the end of their 1st year, come see me. We can talk about what you want to do, where you might want to work. We can sort of build it from there. I think the sooner you start thinking about placements, the easier it is, and the sort of better placement choices there are for you.
But some get taken early, don't they?
Yes, so some placement, especially with larger organisations, they can close by September, October. So if you come to me in September in Welcome Week, it does limit your choice on applications. So the sooner the better, that's what I'd say.
So what's summer placement? So when do you go for those? Is it just 2nd year, or is it 1st year, 3rd year?
Summer placements tend to be a little bit more flexible. So I've known companies take 1st, 2nd and 3rd year students at undergraduate level. So yeah, it all depends what the company's looking for. Quite often they sort of aim for the 2nd and 3rd years just because they've got that little bit more knowledge, but that's not to say 1st years can't do them. It always dependent on the application that the student can submit.
Brilliant.
Okay.
So why is Lincoln a great place to do a placement?
I think the first reason it's really great to do a placement in Lincoln is the breadth of industry we have here. There's so many sectors involved in Lincolnshire, not just obviously the city, and they're so keen to have the graduates coming through and teaching the graduates, but also learning from the graduates. I think as well the university itself offers its full support to students on placement. So when our students are out there, they're not on their own. They've got an issue, they can come back to us. If they need to get a book from the library, they can still come and do that. And if they need accommodation on campus, we can help set that up.
So there's always support.
Yeah, there's always support for our students as much as we physically can.
Brilliant. Okay. So with a placement, you're working for a year. Do you get paid at all for that?
Yes, the vast majority of our placements are paid. In fact, they're paid quite well. Obviously, varied by sector. But on top of that, for our sandwiches students, there's currently no tuition fees charged, so it can really be beneficial, obviously not just academically, but financially as
Yeah,
well.
definitely. So, wrapping up with your lab, how do you think it went?
I think it went better than my practice labs. Not sure on the
I can
time.
vouch for that.
Yeah, I don't think it's not going to be the quickest ever, but I was happy with it compared to my practice labs. So.
I'm not sure if a Formula 1 driver is in your career path, but
No,
we'll
I think I'm too tall for a professional
okay.
driver.
That's the
That's
issue.
my excuse. I'm just too tall.
Too tall,
yeah.
Right, and we are off. So how did it feel in VR then? How do you think it went?
It was my first proper experience of what I consider proper VR. So it was an interesting experience. It was, I imagine, as close to driving a car around Brands Hatch can get without actually doing it.
So you reckon you'd spin off then in real life then?
Oh yeah, I think I'd be dangerous on an actual track with human being lives involved, but no, it was good fun.
So you've never actually had experience, have you, with this sort of car? On this
No,
sort of
absolutely not. No, I've got my little diesel I drive around in, but that's about it. Nothing
That's
that can go to
close.
speeds. Yeah.
I mean, diesel, Porsche, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Volkswagen I imagine would love you for saying that.
I'm sure that's what I aim for. Oh, a little bit of spin out there.
Yeah, the gravel was my enemy.
Oh,
As soon as I hit the
gravel,
gravel,
yeah,
I couldn't even
sure.
reverse off the gravel.
We're back off though, so.
No, it took a while. I think I got the gears wrong a little bit, but
Only one spin off though so far, so it's not too bad. It could be worse.
far better than my practice laps.
Yeah, I can vouch for that one.
Because I can break corners now is what I've learned from this experience.
But you need to learn that the brake is your friend, like you said.
It is my friend.
That is all you want to do. That was a good corner there. This one's a big corner. See how you did here. Oh.
So I think I tried to stay away from the gravel.
Yeah.
So much so, but luckily the tyres were there to straighten me back
Well, you
up.
did stay away from the gravel. You went into the grass, but I think that's better than gravel, really. Oh.
So clearly staying in a straight line is something I struggle with in the car.
I hope this is not what you're like on the roads in real life.
No, I think I'm an okay driver. I haven't crashed ever. Apart from in VR, I've got more crashes in VR than I'd like, I think.
At least you have less crashes in real life. That's the main
Oh,
thing.
I really
Bit of a break
snail
there.
crawled around that
Yeah.
corner. didn't I? That's...
A bit worried though, wouldn't you? There you go, and then you're almost finished your lap. So that didn't go too badly, only 2 spin-offs, I think. So we just had a look at your lap. Where do you think you've come on our board?
I think I might have snatched the top spot for now. Don't think I'll be holding it for very long.
I don't know.
No, I think the spin out's got me.
You
Nothing's
might
doing
come second, I don't know, like, there's a lot of competition really, Sam, so I'm not sure.
No, yeah, it's disappointing having seen it.
Right, so I can tell you that you have come in 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 5:08.
I think the 5:08 will catch
So
me
that
up
makes
later.
you first place, Sam. Look at that.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It
Thank
was,
you for coming on.
No, it was appreciative. That's not even the right word.